What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Creative Differences Podcast. I am Dallas.
I'm Colin.
And I'm Gabby.
Hey guys, it's Demi.
Today, we are doing a fan cast for Fantastic Four. Kevin Feige said they're going to do a Fantastic Four, so we were like, yeah, we'll do it too.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Fantastic fan cast. Ha ha ha.
So do we want to do our ground rules?
Ooh, I like it.
Ooh.
I think Robert said that when I told him that we were going to. So shout out to Robert.
Shout out to Robert.
Fantasticast.
Cute. Okay, so do we want to say the ground rules?
Yeah, Demi, lay out the rules since you laid them out for us.
Cool. So the rules of this one is that nobody is allowed to cast anybody that's already in the MCU. And I think that's the only rule.
Well, I guess nobody who was in the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, nobody
movies.
from the original Fantastic Four movies and nobody currently in the MCU or previously in the MCU either. So just in that universe at all. Just don't cast them.
Got it.
So it's getting harder and harder to not cast MCU actors.
It's getting so difficult.
You know, if we slip up and somebody's accidentally in the MCU, we'll catch each other.
Hopefully.
If not, tell us in the comments.
All right. Dallas, you want to start us off with Reed Richards?
Do I want to? Okay. So,
what did you do, Dallas?
what I did was...
Dallas gave himself his own restriction.
Less of a restriction, more just like, I guess the opposite of a restriction, because I have two for everybody.
I'm sorry. He made a challenge for himself.
Yes. I'm one of those nerds who likes my movies to look like the comics.
Cool.
So, my defaults are typically people who look like they do in the comics. But also...
That's a lot of white people.
Yeah. And also, I like people of color. So I was like, I'll do two for each. One white, one non-white. Representing both sides of Colin. So, to start, my first Reed Richards, John Krasinski.
Of course it is.
Yes.
Of course.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I was
that
looking
might
at
be
people's
who gets
fan
hired
casts
for
online.
That he's everywhere.
So many
He's
people were
so
submitting that. Yeah.
many places.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
avoiding that fan cast at all costs.
I was going to do that, and then I saw an edit of him as Reed Richards, and I was like, well, I guess I can't do this anymore.
When you can.
No,
It's not official.
It just
You
felt-
absolutely can.
No, I know. It just felt like too many people had done it. So I was like, no, Gabby, like fish in your brain for something different.
Fair. Yeah, I don't do that. Like when I see one that a lot of people do, it's like, oh, cool. A lot of people think like I do. I'm one of those people.
I mean, I was thinking that. That's why I typed it into the Googles to like see his face and stuff, and then to look at Reed Richards. And then when I clicked on like images for Reed Richards, it was like, there's John Krasinski, and I was like, well.
But yeah, he looks the part and he has acting range.
He does.
And I haven't seen him play a bunch of different roles, but I've seen him play the silliest show possible and also like some of the most serious roles possible.
I don't think I've seen him do anything, so.
You haven't seen anything he's been in?
No.
So you didn't watch The Office?
Nope.
Didn't watch Quiet Place, obviously.
Come to think of it, I don't know that I have either.
Exactly. He's just in stuff, and I've just
You
never
just
seen
know of him,
any
but
of
you've
it.
never seen
Yeah.
I have.
That's really funny.
Never
I've
seen him
that
act.
stuff.
Cool. Well,
That's another good reason for him not to be on
I
my
mean,
list.
yeah, it
He's
makes
also
sense. You
just
don't
really
wanna-
charming.
true. He is, honestly, and Reed Richards to me isn't that charming.
He's not. He's supposed
But
to be
I
dull.
think it would be nice for him to be, because when
It
you
would
look at
add
the
some
character
spice
bio
to
and it's
Reed
like, oh, he's
Richards'
dull,
life.
I'm like, cool, I'm going to ignore that because I
He's
don't.
what?
It
Oh,
says he's dull. And
That's
it's like,
you don't
What's
want
the
that in
point?
any
He's the
character
leader.
ever.
that's not
Like,
fun.
I mean, you can be dry.
That's not
no.
dull.
It's literally, I guess
Yeah,
it's
no. Like,
dull.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
yeah,
like,
he's science first, science always.
Yeah.
See, it's fine. I just
That's
don't like
fine.
the way nerds
Scientists
are
can
portrayed
still make
in
jokes.
Hollywood.
Like,
They can,
And
but
in
every
MCU they will.
scientist in the
They do.
MCU does that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
They're
point.
really
Yeah,
good at
I'm sure
that.
he won't be dull when they bring him to the MCU. He'll be quippy and witty and
Well, yeah.
Iron
no.
Man.
like everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like the leader. He's got to have some sort of charisma in order to have people follow you.
Not
You would think.
necessarily.
Not if
they made these comics in
you
the
know,
60s and he still doesn't have a lot
you're
of charisma.
married to
Fair.
one of them, and one of them is your best friend, and one of them is like, you don't
And
need
the other one is
charisma
your
when you know
brother-in-law.
them so
Okay,
well.
Okay,
Like, we don't really need a
So,
leader in
John,
this
Did
group
I
because we
forget
like
to cast
each
the
other.
thing?
Oh, honey,
She's gonna do that while we're
Okay, stop
discussing
throwing your
this.
phone. And
what are you doing?
Cast
I'm
one.
making noise.
Girl.
Just find the loudest things on the table and hit them all the time.
Every time.
Okay, but I did have two because, you know, got to rep it for the non-whites. Do you guys know about my little, like, personal challenge for our other fan cast?
Yeah.
Cool.
What?
Yes,
I don't know. Tell me.
I believe I
You'll
do.
find out.
And I know who I think I've got it.
Yes, my
Oh.
second one is Will Smith.
Hey.
Actually, I just remembered your personal challenge.
Yes. So for those who don't know, my personal challenge is to work Will Smith and or Donald Glover into all of the fan casts that I can. And Donald Glover's already in the MCU. He was out for this one.
Yeah, I reminded you of that
But
one.
Will
Yes.
Smith was not.
Will Smith was not. And Will Smith has been acting
Forever.
longer than I've been alive, and I've seen him play
Everything.
just about everything that he would need to play for me to think that he can do this role, because he's a great actor.
I was gonna say, have I seen Will Smith play a nerd? I've seen him play smart people, but I don't think I've seen him play a nerd.
Do you doubt that he
that's
could
a
do
lie.
it, though?
That's a lie. No, I'm sorry. I think I have seen him play a nerd.
No,
Continue.
I can't do him
Cool.
anymore. Damn it.
Also, Will's my favorite, and it's because not only is he super likable and charming, but he's just really good at acting. And he has been since he was very young. So it's just like, he's only gotten better, I think. And I think when Gemini Man comes out,
Yeah.
we're going to get more of a look of like him playing a serious kind of like, basically a superhero. Like, it's not quite a superhero movie.
Not Hancock.
Not that kind of superhero. But also, that was awesome.
I love Hancock.
I love Hancock. I think you and I are like two of the few people who really love
Hancock
that movie.
was amazing.
Oh,
I
sweet.
love that.
I love
movie.
Hancock.
I'm so happy to be among like-minded people.
I also really love the universe created in that.
Yeah.
And him and Charlize Theron are great, but that's a different story for
It is a different
time.
story
Yes.
for a different. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, those are mine. We going this way?
Yep. Colin, what you got?
Okay, I have 2 for everybody except the Thing. My first Reed Richards is Pedro Pascal.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Mainly because I like him. I don't know anything about the Fantastic Four. It's just, I like Pedro Pascal a lot. He played probably my favorite character in Game of Thrones. I want to see more of him.
He was amazing. He is
And
amazing.
then my second one is Daniel Wu. Which, to be honest, I don't have much to go off of
I
for
do
him.
love Daniel Wu.
The only thing I can think of I've seen is like 3 episodes of Into the Badlands.
He's great in Into the Badlands.
but like I didn't
He's
like that show,
also-
so.
I also really liked
But I
him
like
in
him.
Tomb Raider.
Oh, was he in that? He was the
is.
boat dude, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't know
okay.
anything about this dude,
He's great. I love him.
but he has the look.
Does he?
A
What
couple
look?
gray patches,
Oh, that look.
All right, yeah.
and
okay.
he just seems like he could play a leader, especially in this.
You right. Yeah, in that photo,
okay.
yeah.
There's a picture and I'm seeing it. I'm definitely seeing it.
I do really like Daniel Wu. He's
I'd be
great.
down to watch him stretch or whatever.
Gabby.
Yes. Okay. So I have 2 for Mr. Fantastic, aka also known as Reed Richards.
We went for hella multiples this time.
Yeah,
Yes, we did.
but this is the only one, or I have 2 for Doctor Doom, but one of them doesn't count because it's out of. I didn't realize he didn't count until I got here.
So she has 1.
So
Yes.
I'm gonna say it anyway. Okay, that's not the point. The point is, so I was thinking that I wanted Oscar Isaac as Reed Richards.
Of course
See,
you were.
I actually considered that today, too.
He has gray in his hair already, and he's like so charismatic. And I was like, he can lead a team. I mean, he already kind of does on Star Wars. But then I was like, Gabby, you use Oscar Isaac for like everything.
And
I know
he has a
I
literal
know.
challenge to
I
put
think
2
I'm gonna
people
do
in
that too.
everything.
I'm always thinking of Oscar first. So I was like, I should come up with
Trouble
something
later.
else just to have some, diversity
In her choices.
In my choices.
It's one dude.
You've
You've got the rest of the team.
Fancast.
Yeah, I
She's
did.
2 for 2.
Exactly. This is the thing. I think you're establishing a thing
Yeah,
now.
I think
This
I'm
is your
establishing
thing.
a thing too. But I also did another
Listen.
Reed Richards, so I picked Jamie Dornan because
Is he
I thought about
50
him
Shades of
too,
Grey guy?
actually.
mostly off of his smile.
Is he
Yes,
50
he's
Shades of Grey
he's
guy?
Christian
He's
Grey.
50 Shades of Grey.
Cool,
Yeah,
okay.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, no, we don't. Mostly because I want to
a
see
lot of
Jamie
people do.
Dornan in like a leadership position, and he's
also really quiet.
Yeah.
He comes off as very quiet.
so I feel like he could play a stoic leader, and he's pretty to look at.
He's also really great in Once Upon a Time.
Oh yeah, that's also why I cast him because I liked him in Once Upon a Time.
Who
He
was he
great
in
as the
that?
huntsman.
He was the huntsman.
I-
He was the sheriff.
Looks like a
Cool. I
huntsman.
forgot everything about that show. I don't know why I asked,
It's
to be
okay.
honest.
It's okay. He was literally in like 4 episodes.
Ooh.
He was in like the first half of the season, actually.
He was?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought he was only in like.
No, he's in the first half because you have
couple.
to have the time for him to like start falling in love with Emma before.
Oh, you're right. I forgot that they dated. I thought
we
he
get
was
rid of
like
him.
an evil queen dude.
Yeah, and he was sleeping with the evil queen
Got it.
against his will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my turn, I think.
Yep.
So what's gonna happen is for most of these superhero fan casts, I'm probably gonna have 3 options for every single character because that's my challenge for myself, I guess.
All right.
So for Reed Richards, my first one is Penn Badgley, who I just came up with today.
Who?
He's from Gossip Girl, and he's on that new show on Netflix called You, where he plays a psychopath.
Oh, Penn Badgley.
Yes. And he was
Oh,
in John
he's
Sucker Must
pretty.
Die, which is when I fell in love with him.
Oh, me too.
But he does like nerd, socially awkward really well, which is basically what Reed Richards is.
Sure.
So he would be really good for that. He's just on the young side of things.
Which is fair. They've had young
Yeah.
versions.
He's on the young side looking because he's not
He's
that
in his
young.
30s. Yeah, but he's,
Okay.
he's younger, I guess. My second choice was Milo Ventimiglia.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Milo would be really good at this, and the first time I ever fell in love with Milo Ventimiglia was when he was playing a hero on Heroes.
I would appreciate that if only because it would drag him out of whatever he's doing right now, where he's in a dog movie.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
That
my
movie is called
dude.
The Art of Racing in the Rain, and you would show it some respect.
I wasn't gonna like call it out directly, but okay.
I'm sorry, were you gonna narrow it down to the other dog
There
car
are
movies
so many,
that
dude.
Milo's in?
There's so many dog
How
movies.
many
I
has
don't
he
know.
done?
How many dog movies are there?
A lot.
There are a lot.
A Dog's Journey,
That
A
are
Dog's
coming
Purpose,
out?
A Dog's Way Home. Marley and Me
Okay, half
technically
of
is a
those
dog
tie
movie.
into each other.
Art of Racing in the Rain. They don't, or they do, or
Only
they
two of
don't,
them
or they
are
do.
related.
Only two of them are related. Anyway, the point is, Milo Ventimiglia is a fantastic actor. He's been on This Is Us for the last few seasons. I've never seen it, but I've only heard great things about that show, including his performance. So,
This Is Us is like, if you want your heart ripped out of your chest and stomped on weekly, go ahead and check it out.
I've also heard that about it. So, I don't know if I want that in my life. But I know that Milo Ventimiglia is a fantastic actor. He can do the drama. He can be funny.
Yeah.
He's awesome. He's great. I love him. And he's also got the slender type of look where, like, if you're going to stretch, I don't want you to be big and bulky. I want you to be, like, slender. It kind of
Fair.
just would look
I think
better.
that's like our thread so far. Is we're
Yeah.
not picking particularly bulky dudes for Reed Richards.
And my final...
Oh, right, you have three.
Yeah,
Wait,
three.
Milo. I was trying to think if I've seen him in anything. I saw him in Creed 2 at the end when he was...
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
he's
we've been to
also
Creed too.
in
Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
didn't see that.
he's good in Rocky Balboa as well. Very dramatic, serious role. With
Also, according
He's a
to his
good dramatic
Wikipedia
actor.
page, he made his debut as party guest number 1 on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, you
look at
gotta
that.
check that out.
So, shout out to party guest number 1.
Ooh, look at that. My next choice for Reed Richards is Yusuf Gatewood, who has been my choice for a few years now. He is not white.
Could not tell.
Not with that name. No, you can't. His name is Yusuf Gatewood. He was on a show called The Originals, and he was amazing on that show.
He's
I also partially
handsome.
chose him because I would love to listen to his voice say scientific things, because he has just such a smooth, calm voice,
You
and
want
it would
him
be
to
great.
like-
I don't know why. I
want
just
him
feel
to
like
say quantum a lot.
yeah, I want to say quantum a lot. I don't know what it is about his character on The Originals that just gives me a sort of Reed Richards vibe, because that character is not anything like him, except that they're both very determined and they're both leaders. And I would say his character is maybe a little bit dry on The Originals. He's, it's a very serious show. So there's not a lot of jokes coming out of him, but like when he's sarcastic, he is sarcastic, but he is savage when he needs to be. But he's great on that show, and I would love to see him play Reed Richards, even if most of the fanboys would be like, he's black, kill him.
He's black, kill him. There's gonna be a lot of that going around in
Yeah.
this episode.
But he's also
He's
really tall and really slender. So once again, got the body type for if you want him to stretch, he can stretch.
Yeah, we
Speaking
were all
of-
thinking stretchy.
Speaking of he's black, kill him. I just realized, like, when you said the name, I just like I didn't process it. And then like Yusuf, like that is a very not white dude name.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna make them mad. It's like Barack Hussein Obama.
Marvel, do it.
It'd be funny.
All right, so moving into Reed Richards' wife, the lovely Sue Storms, aka the Invisible Woman.
Let's get into his wife, Colin. You ready? It's not
Dallas,
your turn, but are you ready?
Dallas, what you got?
See what I got.
Why are you like this?
What do you mean?
I know what you did there.
Emily Blunt is my first one.
Oh,
Which you all should have
because
predicted
duh.
Right? Because
he did this with Jean Grey and Cyclops
I
too.
did.
You did?
it worked.
Yes.
Yeah, like they just keep.
Who did you put?
He put Emily Blunt and John Krasinski.
I feel like
I'm mad at you.
I've been shipped by real life.
seen her as like Miranda Priestley's assistant or the Full Metal Bitch. So like,
I love her.
Great.
I like
The
both of
devil-
those roles immensely.
She's great in
so-
Looper.
She was
too.
amazing.
I was gonna say like those are the two things I haven't seen her in because I've seen her in Looper, some other stuff.
You
probably.
should see her in The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh yeah,
Have you not
No,
seen The
wait.
Devil Wears Prada?
dude.
I've
We
seen
got.
parts of the better
We
of
gotta.
it.
We gotta
watch
fix
it.
that.
That's a great movie.
Love that movie.
Fantastic movie.
It got Meryl an Oscar nom, man.
I've seen enough of
Listen.
it to know I didn't want to finish it. So you guys have fun.
What?
We're all glaring at Dallas.
Cool. We'll
right
just
now.
pick a
looking
Wednesday,
at you.
and I'll sit you down and I'll make you watch it.
Yeah, with your wife, so that you can't leave. She won't let you. Wahaha.
Anyway, Emily Blunt is she's
great.
She's great. She is, and she's been trying to play a Marvel hero since Black Widow. So
Oh, nice. Well, we
she
got
was
one for
the
you.
original Black Widow, and she couldn't do it due to
What?
scheduling. So Scarlett Johansson got the role instead,
What?
Interesting.
which I'm cool with because I
See
like
that?
Scarlett
That's
Johansson.
messing with
That
my
kind of
brain.
sucks though, because like you can't do this movie because of scheduling, but now you're just not going to get the role that she has now had like
For
Scarlett
10
Johansson-
years.
Exactly. Like
Like, you
Yeah.
were out of a job for 10 years because
she
of
wasn't,
one
but-
movie.
Yeah, you know.
She's out
but
of that job,
You're
yeah.
out of that franchise for 10 years now because
Well, more than 10 because, wow, that's such a bummer.
Yeah, so
I mean, well,
she
yeah,
was-
we can bring her in.
Yeah, bring her on in.
And people are, that's their choice because they really want Emily Blunt to play a superhero because Edge of Tomorrow.
Honestly, like, yeah. And Looper.
I've never
She's-
seen Edge of Tomorrow. I love
You
Looper
should.
though. Looper is a fantastic sci-fi
She's
film
really
and
good
she's
in it.
amazing in it. Everybody's amazing in Looper, to be fair.
Yeah. Okay,
Who's your second one?
My second
POC?
one, remember, guys, not white. All right, also, Will Smith is 50 years old.
So
So
you
I
have
was
to
like,
find
I want to
somebody
get someone who's not
age-appropriate.
really, really young.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate
I
you.
want to make it weird.
Because the number of men I've seen Asa Gonzalez kiss who are at least 20 years older than her is getting weird.
I mean, dang, you
wow.
call her out by name like that, but all right.
Okay, continue.
That's not her fault.
Continue.
I mean, that's Hollywood's fault.
Oh, you mean in movies?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were talking about her like personal
Oh
life.
no,
My
not her
goodness
personal
gracious to me.
life.
Okay,
No.
but yeah, John Hamm, Baby Driver. I remember.
Asa Gonzalez kissed Jason Statham in Hobbit. Gross.
Reading off topic. Halle Berry
Oh.
is
Oh, okay.
52.
Halle Berry.
She's
I love
black.
her.
She's not in the MCU.
No, thank God. She was an X-Men, but that doesn't count. So
Ooh,
I
Halle
was
Berry
safe.
and Will
Nothing.
Smith. I'm about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
that's
that just seems
great.
like the most
Why
likable
has
on-screen
that
couple.
never been a thing?
Because Will Smith hasn't done a lot of movies with black love interest because
That's true because
it's-
they always put them with Latinas to not intimidate
No.
the peoples.
Yes. That's yeah. She's
That's
no.
also a Gambino line.
No, I know. That's what I was thinking of as I was saying it.
Yeah, but that's not a lie. He said that about Hitch. It was supposed to be a black love interest, but
And then they were
audiences
like-
wouldn't appeal to that. They didn't want to do a white love interest either, so they were like, "We'll just get a Latina."
That's a good compromise.
and people
I love
will
that
accept
Latinas
that.
are the compromise. And by love, I mean deeply abhor.
That's somewhere in the middle, right?
Halle Berry.
Different kind of brown.
In between.
Halle Berry, yes. I love her. She's great. She's super charming.
When she's not playing Storm.
All right.
Wow.
I don't have a problem with her
Just-
Storm.
I don't
Just
either. But
calling her
I don't
out
either, but
like
most people
that.
do.
I only had a problem with the first one where she was doing the accent.
Like Childish Gambino and
in Guava Island. She at least kept it for like the whole movie, but she only had like 4 lines.
that's
Yep.
true.
But yeah,
It's not
she's
hard.
grown as an actress, and after seeing her in John Wick,
Oh,
like,
yeah. She can hang.
She was
She
already a
can-
good actress.
And she had a broken rib during that. So.
right?
Jesus.
Like she can be an action hero, even though Sue Storm isn't like super
Because she turns
fight
invisible
scene.
and
Yeah,
throws,
she
has
throws
powers.
forces. She doesn't need to be doing like combat, but it's good to know that if they want her to, Halle Berry can get down like
she
that.
Can hang.
If she needs to punch somebody, she'll punch them and it'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. But also, like Colin said, Will Smith and Halle Berry, like that just sounds amazing.
Legendary.
I just want to watch that, and I will.
I'm sad that that's
Disney
never
do
been a
it.
thing.
Colin.
Colin,
All right.
God.
Colin.
oh.
Maybe calm down.
Colin, get into his wife.
Dallas.
What?
My first choice for Sue Storm is Natalie Emmanuel
Oh.
my love.
We talked about her.
because she's
here
great
before.
and I like her a lot.
Yep.
Oh, I love
We
her.
all
And I
love
want
her.
to see her in more things that aren't the Fast and Furious movies because I don't like those.
She's in
Yep.
a TV show.
Fair.
What's she in?
Four weddings and a funeral. And she's going to be in The Dark Crystal.
Oh, you know I'm not going to watch that.
But what about 4 Weddings and a Funeral?
I have no idea what that
Colin,
is.
don't mess with puppets.
It's a remake of a movie
Yeah. But it's a TV show now.
made by Mindy Kaling.
All right, still have no idea what it is. Cool, moving on. So,
It's a rom-com.
yeah, all right.
I can't help you.
Wait, they're making a TV show based on a
You
rom-com
can give
movie?
me a
They
synopsis.
made a
me-
TV show based
Yeah,
on a
it's
rom-com
already made.
movie.
That was already
coming
a
out
thing.
on Hulu.
It's
That
on
just-
Hulu.
All
Anyway,
right, Colin.
Natalie Emmanuel, she's great, and I love her, and I want to see her in more things, and I think she could play a pretty good superhero.
She's from Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I've heard she's great.
And, you know, the Fast
She's
and Furious
Ramsey in
movies.
Fast and Furious.
I know, but like,
She had more emotional range in the Fast and the Furious
Than
movie
she did in Game of Thrones.
that she did in Game of Thrones.
And that's
But
because
she
they don't
was-
give her anything to do in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, she was present in Game of Thrones.
she's on screen.
I like her just because she's there.
She's one of the blacks, right?
She's one of the 2 blacks.
yeah, that's cool.
I
Gotta up that number.
I love Natalie Emmanuel, and I have her
Oh.
fan cast for
Game of Thrones.
something. Oh, you know what? I can't fan cast her anymore because that role is taken. I had her fan casted, I think, as the Huntress
Oh,
in
interesting.
DC. I think I had her and Frida Pinto fan casted for the Huntress.
I just
Ooh, I
like,
like Frida
her.
Pinto.
She's pretty.
But yeah, I love
Her
Natalie
voice
Emmanuel.
sounds nice.
She's great.
And I
she's-
liked her.
She's lovable too, and her
Yeah.
hair is amazing.
Yep.
Can you imagine
And her
all that hair
eyebrows?
going?
Oh my god, her
Girl,
eyebrows.
her eyebrows
are the best I've ever seen.
But can you imagine her hair going invisible just all of a sudden?
Ooh.
All that hair just suddenly just invisible. I'm sorry.
So I went in a
I really love Natalie
white
Emmanuel.
direction.
Hey, I'm not done.
Sorry.
He had a second one,
Anyway.
Oh, you have a second one. Sorry.
Ye-
I forget that.
which is funny because he knows nothing about the Fantastic Four, but he has two choices.
Because it's easy. I don't have to care. I'm just like, do I like you? Cool. You're in it. So,
That's interesting though. Yeah, I definitely would have just stuck with one and been done if I didn't care.
That's
about
what I did.
well, because it was like, I thought of actors that I liked, and then I was like, ooh, I like both of them. Could they both do it? Sure, I don't care.
Sure, I don't.
So the second
Can't
one
argue with that.
is Justina Machado, because I love her and I want her in everything.
I've
Like,
heard that name.
this is pretty much about it.
She's in one
yeah,
day
she's
at a
the
time.
mom in One Day at a Time.
And she's amazing.
I've heard
So,
that.
Yeah,
like,
she's great.
that show.
She
I
could
want her to
she
do
could
more
hang.
things, and she's basically a superhero on that show without the powers. So
She
like,
is.
Just
might as well
She's
just
a
give her some
single mother.
powers.
It works really well because Sue Storm is the motherly figure of the team, and Justina Machado plays such a great mom.
See, I don't
on
want to
one-
go that route though, because those men need to learn to take care of themselves.
But
Yeah.
Like, that's not on her.
That's the point of the Fantastic Four, is that they are a family. So Reed is the father figure, she is the mother figure of this family.
Family.
Family. That's what makes them the first family of comic books. It was the comic book where it was a family dynamic within the superhero group. So yeah, she's
And
kind
Johnny
of
and the Thing are the kids.
basically. I think
I think-
Johnny's the child, and the Thing is the uncle who comes and visits every
Yeah.
so often.
Thing is the uncle,
Got it,
definitely.
got it.
Thing is the uncle.
Yeah, she's great, and I love her, and I want her in more things.
Oh, is she pretty?
She is.
I googled her because I don't know who you guys are talking about.
I should have just made it all brown people. It's fine.
Gabby.
I went in the white direction.
In the white direction.
Because I cast Margot
Most
Robbie.
people think that. My heart.
Yo, honestly,
to
I
me was
thought
like,
about
I'm
that
fine with that.
because when I was like, I gotta find one for Will Smith, and I was like, wait, Focus was a good movie.
Ugh, and she's so good with Will Smith.
They were
but
really
that
good.
age
Yeah.
gap gets me.
It's weird.
Yeah,
It's
she's
weird.
our
But they keep
age.
doing
She's like
it.
a year or two older than us. Can you imagine being the love interest to like Jada Pinkett?
Well, okay. The fun fact about Focus was originally it was supposed to be Ben Affleck and Kristen Stewart, so that age difference was
That-
always supposed to be there.
That sounds like such a a way worse movie to me.
Kristen Stewart would have been so annoyed the whole time. She'd be like, ugh, can I just be
I also-
out and queer
but
like
I-
I want to be?
I also just really love Margot Robbie in Focus. I love Margot
She's really
Robbie in
good.
everything. To be
She's
fair,
good.
she's a delight.
She's charming.
When her characters are delightful, Margot Robbie is a delight every
Yep.
single time.
I just think she would. I was like, who's blonde?
Yeah.
Margot Robbie's
Who's
blonde. Could she do this? Yeah, she could. She could.
See,
Question:
yeah.
Are you gonna show her feet?
Only feet shot of her, actually. You're only going to know she's blonde because other people are going to describe her as blonde.
She's gonna be invisible
see her feet.
from everything except the feet.
No,
Yeah.
no. It's just going to be feet shot. Like, when she goes invisible, her feet will go invisible.
This is awful.
Oh, you're gonna see her feet. Got it. Just checking.
So here's
And barefoot. None of this
Yo,
boots.
you could probably get Tarantino to bankroll you.
You're gonna say like, yo, let's get this Tarantino audience. Are we gonna see her feet?
So here's the thing. The only reason
I
I wouldn't
love
fan
all
cast
of
Margot
you.
Robbie is like I also, on top of avoiding MCU actors, I also try and avoid DCEU actors as well. And she's
Nah,
Harley Quinn.
I don't know that many
Don't care
actors.
about
I'm
that.
not like y'all that are like a.
But like the
a-
thing is,
like a-
she has been my fan
well.
cast for Yelena Belova for years.
And then they didn't cast her.
Well, because she's Harley Quinn right now.
Fair.
They chose Florence Pugh,
Non-compete.
who's not bad, but I really wanted Margot Robbie for
Shout out to
Yelena.
Florence.
But yeah, Margot Robbie's a fantastic actor. She would do really well, I think. All right, so my turn for Sue Storm.
Yeah.
3 Sue Storms.
I have 3. So my
Boy.
first one, this is my 3rd superhero that I have fan casted her for, and I'm going to keep fan casting her as superheroes until it finally happens. Catherine Winnick.
I knew it. I freaking knew it.
Catherine Winnick is a wonderful actress.
I like her.
She's really good at martial arts, even though Sue does not require it.
But she can hang.
Yeah, she can
can
hang.
Her own stunts.
She can hang, and she's blonde, so she fits that criteria. If that's a criteria you absolutely need, I don't absolutely need it,
No.
but hey, if you want to fit it, she can.
But I was like, who's blonde?
I love Catherine Winnick. Hire her as a superhero because it's
She
getting
should have
ridiculous.
been Captain Marvel.
She was my Captain Marvel. She also should have been Black Canary, but she's also not. I'm going to continue to fan cast her as a superhero until somebody finally does it. I don't care if it's a
They're
TV
gonna
show,
do it.
and I
We'll
don't
get
care
to
if it's
it.
a movie.
They're
But
gonna get
somebody
to it.
do it.
I've literally only heard this woman's name come
From
out of
her?
Demi's mouth.
Oh, I know who she is. I like her.
I figured you would, given the way you were
She's
talking about her.
Great. I keep mentioning her.
I always
because
forget
she's
she exists,
Great.
though. It's
I get her
problem.
mixed up with the other blonde white lady that you like a lot, the Australian actress.
Isn't that Margot Robbie?
No. Oh yes, no, the other blonde Australian
Claire
lady.
Yvonne Strahovski.
Yes, that one. Thank you.
Oh,
Yvonne Strahovski was also my choice
She-
for Captain Marvel.
She scares me, but I think it's because of the 2 shows she's been on
That aren't
She has
Chuck.
that
that
aggressive
aren't
name.
Chuck. Yeah.
I'm like, that aren't Chuck, apparently.
Yeah, she was in Dexter, and as
I
also
love her
kind
on
of like
Dexter.
a serial killer-y type
Yeah, okay.
character, and she was in she's on Handmaid's Tale right now.
Yeah, not the point. We'll talk about Yvonne Strahovski on a
Yeah.
different day because I do have her on a different fan cast.
Yeah, I should write that name down. 'cause
But yes, Catherine Winnick. My next one is Gugu Mbatha-Raw.
Hey.
Another person who I'm like, I now need to see you in
I
a
need to see
superhero
her
film
face.
Good gula through.
because she was also up for Black Canary and didn't get it.
Really?
Yes.
How do you spell her name?
Good luck.
Gugu,
Gugu?
G-U-G-U, and then Mbatha is
found it, found it, found
M-B-A-T-H-A,
it.
and then Raw is
Hyphen.
Raw.
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 But she's a fantastic actress.
Oh, she's so cute.
She's
she was in
adorable.
that movie on Netflix with the second. What's his name?
Yeah,
What's his,
Yeah, the second.
you know.
the second.
Okay.
Wasn't he?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I know that she was in the Cloverfield
Yo, you got it.
movie that's on Netflix.
You get
No,
in
no,
there.
no. Oh no, I'm confusing her with somebody else. She was the one in Belle. Never mind.
Oh, she's in Belle. Yes, and Belle is a fantastic example of her acting range. She's also really great in Beyond the Lights. And she played a great mom in A Wrinkle in Time, even though she's barely in A Wrinkle in Time. But for the 2
Is
minutes...
she the lead in Fast Color that we
No,
still
she
haven't
was in
seen? Cool.
Irreplaceable You.
Oh,
Irreplaceable
yes,
You
she is
with,
in that one.
What's
I
his
haven't
name
s-
from Game of Thrones?
I don't know. I've never seen that movie.
Same.
It was really sad.
But yeah,
But cute.
she's in the movie called Fast Colors, which I still haven't watched yet, but I really, really want to.
Yeah, we need to get around to
And
that.
that's also a superhero movie that she happens to be in, but it's not mainstream. But I would like to see her
And
as
she's
Sue
going to
Storm.
be in The Dark Crystal.
She is in The Dark Crystal.
Everyone's in the dark.
Yeah, a lot of people are. That's like the MCU of TV shows.
With puppets.
So my last choice was the first person that I actually had in mind when I made this fan cast, and it's Katie Cassidy, who is most well known for
Right.
playing the Black Canary. Wow,
Yep.
all the Black Canary connections on here. Most known for playing the Black Canary on Arrow.
In case you don't know, Demi is obsessed with Green Arrow.
It's my favorite Black Canary is literally my favorite DC superhero. Katie Cassidy, also a great actress who doesn't get a lot of acknowledgement, in my opinion. She was literally perfect for Dinah Laurel Lance, and Arrow screwed over her character.
Okay, we
so
don't have
badly.
time for that.
I'm not gonna go
That's
too deep.
literally not what we're talking about right now.
I already went into that when we talked about Comic-Con. They screwed
Sure,
over her
of course you
character
did.
really badly. And that's one of the reasons why I was like, you deserve another chance to play a superhero. I'm giving you Sue Storms. And she looks the part. She's got the blonde hair. I think she's got like blue eyes. Like, she'd be perfect for it. She'd be great. But yes, Katie Cassidy. That would be my first choice. And I think her and Yusuf Gatewood would be like a good match together. It would be awesome. Dallas, we are on to Sue's younger brother,
Oh, right.
Johnny Storm.
Johnny. I was bringing up
The
what I had
Human
for
Torch.
the thing. Human Torch. Johnny. So, young white dude. Zac Efron.
Okay, so we had to talk about this because he is also one of mine.
Interesting.
I love Zac
I thought I'd be
Efron.
the only one.
Nope.
Honestly, like,
Zac Efron is waiting to do a superhero movie. I just feel like he is.
He should, but
That body is ready to be a
fine,
superhero.
Fine, I'll give
Honestly,
you
yeah.
for Johnny Storm. Yeah, he fits.
like he's perfect for Johnny Storm.
He'd be great to be the cocky brother.
He
Yeah, honestly,
is what
it's like-
Chris Evans was like 20 years ago,
Yeah, you could say, yeah. I
or
could get
15
that.
years ago.
Whenever
Like,
the first
they're
movie came out.
they're equivalent.
But it's just like, if you watch, have you seen Baywatch?
I have.
This is the dumbest movie I've ever seen.
But
I love it.
But it knows
also,
what it
like,
is.
The way he acts in Baywatch,
Is what you want
that's
for Johnny
Johnny
Storm.
Storm. It's just perfect.
And he's muscular as hell.
Yes, he's very
it
much built
fits.
like a superhero.
He's ready. Yeah, I'm like, your body's already
He's
ready
been
to be a
waiting.
superhero. So, like, do it. He's a little short, but, like, I don't care.
I think he needs to just do like a dramatic role real quick to remind Disney that he has range.
Isn't that what he tried to do in that thing where he plays a serial killer?
The Ted Bundy movie. He
That's
Yeah.
the one.
You right.
Didn't see that.
But that was the wrong kind of movie, I think. I think
Yeah,
he
if you're
needs
trying to
be
appeal
more
to Disney, that's not the one.
Yeah, I think he needs to be more sympathetic. But yeah, do a different dramatic role and remind us all about your range, and I think he'll get a job.
The boy's done enough dramatic roles at this point. And enough
Honestly, I
creative
feel like he
roles.
should just do like a period piece.
Yeah.
Has he not already?
He is not. I don't think he's done a
Like, this
period.
just
No, I'm
feels
sorry. He has. He
so-
played Orson Welles. Or he played...
Orson Welles?
How long ago did he do that?
Orson Welles or
But
no,
that's
he might
besides
not
the
have.
point.
Sorry, he may not have played Orson Welles, but he played a movie where he was like a companion of Orson Welles or something like that.
What movie was that?
Me and Orson Welles.
Makes sense. Sounds about right.
Who's your other pick?
Oh yes, I have two because white people can't be everywhere.
So yeah,
Try them.
Zac Efron.
Manifest
is that
destiny,
dude.
motherfucker.
Like reverse manifest destiny.
But also about Zac Efron, I didn't start loving him when the rest of our generation did because I didn't watch High School Musical.
Fair.
So I started liking
But
him.
Dallas, we're
What?
all in this together.
Exactly.
Y'all are all in this together. I started liking
I don't
Zac
even like
Efron
High
when
School
he started
Musical, but,
making
yeah.
like
Comedies.
the comedies that
You liked
With,
him
like,
after his
Seth
drama
Rogen?
bait.
So like Neighbors.
He
and
had
stuff?
an era where it was
Like
like, he did
Neighbors
High
and
School
then-
Musical, and then he did nothing but dramas for
Mhm.
years, and then he started doing nothing but raunchy comedies.
yeah, and I was like, oh, this dude is really funny.
Yep.
Like in That Awkward Moment, which is a movie I liked a
I like
surprising amount.
I like that awkward
movie's
moment.
really good.
That movie was on like a month ago on TV, and I just sat there and watched it.
I
Him,
think
Miles
it's
Teller, and
also
Michael B. Jordan.
What made me like Miles Teller a lot because he's funny too. But I was like, oh yeah, Zac Efron is funny, but he can have some heart to him.
Zac Efron has range, and I don't think
Yeah.
people take him seriously because he did High School Musical movies, which is why he had such
He
a
did
big
Disney.
drama.
Period.
Yeah, that's why he had such a long drama period, because he was trying to break himself from that role, and then nobody would take him seriously in those roles. So then he started doing comedies to be like, hey, I can do raunchy comedies. I'm
Yeah.
not just a Disney kid.
And also, like, it helps that Seth Rogen took him seriously enough to put him in his movies because people take Seth Rogen seriously, even though he's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, serious in like a not
But yeah.
serious way, but I
Yeah.
get it.
Zac Efron is
They acknowledge that he's talented.
Zac Efron is a really talented dude. He sings, he acts, he dances, he's funny, he can do drama.
Bet on
Oh my
it.
gosh,
Okay.
wait, no, the choreography on that was horrible.
I wanna be
That song is really great, but that choreography is
set to the choreography of Bet on It.
And you
yeah.
can probably do 1,000 push-ups, which probably helps you get MCU roles.
Yep.
Yeah, he also has that Caveman show that just came out with him
Huh?
and Anna Kendrick. It's an animated show. I think it's a Facebook show, to be honest. It's him and Anna Kendrick are playing cavemen.
I'll look it up.
All right, didn't know about
who's
that.
your other pick?
So I know I said that white people can't be everywhere, but technically my other pick is half white, like Colin. He is.
Don't gotta call me out.
Just gonna keep pointing out that
That's the motif. He's like exactly like Colin. He's Jewish and black.
Did you choose
Is it
David
Eric
Diggs?
I did
Andre?
choose David Diggs.
Hey.
Oh, I was gonna say, did you choose Eric Andre?
Okay.
I love that I called it.
Yes.
I was David. Wait, David's mixed.
Apparently,
Oh.
David is.
That's why
The
he
Hebrew
plays
name.
Tracy Ellis Ross's brother on Blackish, because
He does?
they're mixed. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I gotta watch
Haven't
more
seen that
Blackish.
episode. But yeah, I love David, and he can do anything. He's a big part of the reason I watched Velvet Buzzsaw, which kind of wish I hadn't. But he was good in it.
He's good in everything.
But honestly, like after Blind Spotting, you could tell me he's gonna do any role, and I'm about it because he's just great.
Yeah.
And
I love
he's
him.
older than I would typically go for Johnny Storm. But if
If
Sue
you're using
is
Halle Berry-
52, then David can be 37.
Yep.
you right. You right as hell.
You're right. You're right.
But also, yeah, because like.
But at
and-
that point, you have to take out the adolescent behavior of Johnny.
Well, here's the thing about
no,
it.
you?
because-
The perpetual bachelor
Dude,
behavior.
Please don't, because if you pull a Tom Cruise in The Mummy, I can't take it seriously.
Wait, what?
I literally know
Remember
people
in
that
Tom-
are in their 40s that still act like.
Remember when Tom Cruise in The Mummy was just
Children,
acting
man.
like doing dumb stuff that you would expect characters in their 20s to do,
I
but
feel
he's
you.
like in his 40s or 50s? I can't take it seriously.
That's
I
it.
just
Tom
can't.
Cruise does that in life. He'll jump off a helicopter. He's like almost
Yeah.
60 years
No,
old.
but at least he's safe while he's doing it.
Is
like,
he though?
Relatively.
in The Mummy, he just does like dumb
Yeah.
personal life stuff, and I'm
Mhm.
just like, you're just being reckless for the sake of being reckless, and I could believe it if you were in your 20s
you were
and
younger.
in your maybe early
No.
30s,
But here's the
I can't
thing.
take you seriously at this
No,
age.
there's a
doing
lot
this
of
stuff.
older dudes that are like very emotionally.
That's cool. This isn't about them.
no.
My thing about this
Great.
is not in the way that Johnny normally acts, because yeah, that's ridiculous. But like, kind of in the way that he acts in Blind Spotting before he gets his act together.
Oh yeah,
Like,
where he's
when
just
Jim-
kind of wilding.
Yeah, like in the
Like he doesn't.
flashback,
He's not wilding a while, but
Yeah.
he's just a little
kind
bit
of like
reckless.
the way that Miles in Blind Spotting acts. It's
Yeah,
like I can
yeah.
see him
See,
acting
yeah,
like that
because
because they're
Miles-
homeboys. Like they coming out together.
Like Miles, I wouldn't consider Miles like a fuckboy, but Johnny Storm is kind of a fuckboy.
kind of.
And we
He
can take
is
that
a
out.
hella
fuckboy.
fuckboy.
Yeah, and like if you want to ground that in like more of a natural experience, especially with a family full of black people.
Yeah.
Like
You better
I don't
not.
think a lot of young black people go through that Johnny Storm phase, but they might go through the David in Blind Spotting. Like
Yeah.
what Colin was doing before he got locked up. Like,
Not our Colin,
Not
the blind
our
spotting Colin.
Yeah.
God, no, not our Colin. He is
Our Colin would never
on
behave
his
that
best
way.
behavior 100% of the time.
Yeah.
It's
true.
Colin,
Jesus Christ, I need to be less me.
Colin's a good boy. Moving on.
Colin,
Yep.
who's your
Colin,
Johnny?
it's your turn.
Speaking of Colin,
So I have two. My first one is Jacob Anderson. Honestly, it's mainly because I know that also he raps, I think. And I feel like if he can do that and also be Grey Worm, he's probably got the range.
the only thing is it would be really weird to watch him play Natalie Emmanuel's brother.
Ooh.
No, it wouldn't.
Ooh.
Yes, it would, because
Ooh.
I've seen them have.
See,
No.
ooh.
They've done sex scenes. At this point, it's hard.
Like on the one hand, I thought
guess,
about
I
that
don't
very briefly when his name came up, but then it was like, nah, it'd be fun to see them work together too much for me to care.
It would
Yeah.
be like when Aaron Taylor Johnson and Elizabeth Olsen played husband and wife in Godzilla,
Yeah.
and then
I
a
was-
year later played twins.
I was like, oh, okay.
That
that's
was weird,
interesting.
but I was okay with it.
I mean, yes, I was okay with it too, but only because I know in the Ultimates comics they sleep together anyway.
That made
The
it worse for me.
siblings?
That made it worse for me. Yeah.
The twins?
Yeah, there's like an
No,
incestuous.
why? Oh,
Thomas
no,
looks
that's
weird.
some
Christ.
nonsense.
But I mean, hey, speaking of incest, back to Game of Thrones.
Ah.
Colin, is Grey Worm the one who got his dick cut off or something?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I mean,
We
there are
don't-
multiple men who got their dicks cut off, but,
But
he's
he's
the
the
main
important
dude.
one.
He's the black one.
He's one of the two.
one of the
Black
he's the other
people.
black.
Yeah.
Wait, you have all the black people in Game of Thrones in your fan cast.
Hey,
He does.
Hey.
well, no. There's
No,
at least
not all of them. He has a few more missing.
Oh wow.
How many other?
I'm really trying to-
people were in
There are,
Game
but
of
they're all in earlier seasons. There-
yeah, and
there
they're
was
also
the
like
pirate
bit
guy.
players. Oh,
Oh,
Salazar's
oh.
son, I love him.
And then
Anyway,
there
this
was,
is not what we're
the
talking about. We
guy
need to
that
move on.
wanted to marry
We need to move
Daenerys
on.
in season
Girl,
2.
Oh, yeah.
girl, we need to move on.
Listen, I'm just saying. And Joel Fry is black as well.
Who?
The guy, the guy who she marries when she gets to the
That's what you
place.
His daughter?
Yes,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
half black. So
Rip.
yeah.
Anyway, I liked him a lot in Game of Thrones, and I want to see him work with Natalie Emmanuel
Cool.
again because they were great together. So
Oh,
like,
they had great chemistry.
yeah,
I want that whole trio to work together again. If I'm honest.
Yeah. For
yeah.
real.
Honestly, yeah. Put them in the Christmas movie. I don't care.
Yep. Game of Thrones Christmas special.
No.
Oh, the new Christmas movie coming out. Got it. Got
Yeah,
it.
I think
Got it.
Throw
they
them in there
caught-
with Amelia. We'll have so much
Yep.
fun.
Anyway, my second one is Rahul Kohli.
I like Rahul.
Like honestly, I haven't seen him in that much. I watched
only
like
saw
a
him
few
in
episodes
Supergirl.
of iZombie, but like he's just a really cool dude.
He's
Like I
handsome.
follow him on social media, and he just seems like a really cool dude, and like he could definitely play like
Why
a
does
sort
he
of
look
cocky
like Ted
superhero.
Mosby?
What's up, my
Are you
dude?
gonna- are you
How do
do
you
this
spell
thing?
his name?
Rahul space KOLHILI.
Why
Fuck,
does
I
he
can't
look
talk.
like Ted Mosby to me right now?
That's weird.
What? How do you look at him and think,
Maybe in that photo, yeah. He's a little whitewashed in it.
I don't know where you're seeing Ted Mosby is the main dude from How I Met Your Mother, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
I can see it.
You
a
don't
little
know
bit.
what
Only
you're
in that
seeing?
photo though. Yeah, I liked his performance in the one episode of Supergirl that he was in. I feel like he could pull off the arrogance and the cockiness. Even though his character was a really good guy on Supergirl, I feel like he could push it.
Cool. I
Also
don't know
just,
anything
like,
about the man, so I won't say.
He's
anything.
really pretty. I want to look at him
He
and
is a
things.
very attractive
so
man.
like,
Yep.
there's an excuse, and he wouldn't be invisible, so it'd work.
He'd be covered in fire for most of it, but yeah.
Yep.
Well, not most of it. Part of it.
Only when he's out.
I think MCU
Fighting.
likes to show their actors' faces,
Yep.
but this guy might not be like. They like to show Chris Evans' face. Chris Evans is famous in these Chris Evans.
Yep.
He might have to shave his beard though. I don't know if you want that catching on fire every time you.
I mean.
Well, if all of them's on fire, does
Yeah,
it
but do
matter?
you want? Well, is his? I guess.
Well, because
I guess
haircut's on
the
fire, you
beard.
still have the hair.
I guess
Yeah.
I guess the beard wouldn't. That's still so weird though. Like
I
you gotta
know.
put the beard on fire, like that's where the flame should start is at the beard and it just slowly
That'd be
dope.
makes its way up. I take back what I said. It should actually be with the beard and start from the beard. and moves. Gabby, who is your choice?
Like
for,
Margot Robbie's power started her feet.
Gabby, who is
Only
your-
shots of her
No, they
feet.
end with her feet. My bad.
Man.
Last thing you see
No,
is
they
feet.
start with her feet.
and don't move from there. Just shots of her feet.
Gabby. Who you got?
Who you got?
Okay, so I was like, who's close to in age to Margot Robbie? And I was like, Dylan O'Brien is. So Dylan O'Brien it is.
It would be interesting to see
Ooh.
Dylan O'Brien
Ooh.
play cocky
Cocky,
and
snarky.
arrogant because he's usually the nerd.
And he's like the well.
I think he'd just have to
See,
play
it's a-
young
he had a
and
mixture
like,
of both, and it's called I think The Internship.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah, he was the cocky, snarky, arrogant nerd.
Yes, he
Yeah.
was. He was a nerd.
So
but
I want to see
I guess that works because
He
Johnny's
also had
technically a nerd.
some snark
In a weird way.
as Styles.
No,
that
he was
the-
snarky, but he was a
Oh,
nerd.
I'm saying. Ah, okay. I see what you're saying. I
I'm
see
not
what
saying
you're
he's not snarky. I'm just saying he's usually
I
he's
just
a nerd.
think he can play
Okay.
arrogant and charming
I think
and
he
all
could, yeah.
that.
He's just
I
not.
could see him showing up with a girl on each arm.
The only thing
and
is,
having it work.
really, because I don't feel like Dylan is ever like the pretty boy type. He's attractive, but he's not a pretty boy.
I think
I don't know.
He's
See,
not
I
like
can
Zac.
see him do
He's
it,
not like
though.
Zac Efron.
I think
pretty
Teen Wolf
boy.
might have like pigeonholed him a little bit because I think he probably could play that. Because even
I'm
in that
saying,
show, he
I'm
showed his
saying
range.
look wise. I'm just saying
Oh.
he doesn't look like a pretty boy.
Oh, I think they could just
Oh.
make him.
I feel like honestly,
it.
you white and
with
attractive,
the
you
right
can be
with
that.
the right like haircut and
I don't
facial
know if
hair
that's
if
true.
necessary.
What, if
Keanu
you're-
Reeves is attractive, but I wouldn't call him a pretty boy.
He's only half white. That doesn't count.
He used to look like a hella pretty boy.
He did. He used to.
So,
and
I
the
think
same thing
it's-
with
Yeah, 50s now.
the same thing with Travis Fimmel and Charlie Hunnam. If you shave Charlie Hunnam's beard, he's suddenly a pretty
and
boy.
give him the
but-
right
So
buzz
he was a
cut.
pretty boy in an undeclared TV
Yes,
show.
he was, and I watched Undeclared and was like, "This is not Jax Teller at all." But I'm happy about it. But yeah, no,
He was
Dylan
in
O'Brien would be
Undeclared?
interesting.
He was. He was the British
He
one.
was the
Oh
British
my
hot
God.
guy.
Well, now I gotta watch it. Okay,
Show's great.
But yeah, so that's what I've got for Johnny Storm.
So I have 3 once again, but I also have an honorary. 'Cause
Oh,
I wanted
girl,
to keep
come
it at
on.
3. My honorary
Does
is
that count?
So you have 4.
because I'm not going to.
So you- so you have
I'm
4.
not going to talk about him.
Don't
though.
go in depth.
So then,
just
yeah.
That's why he's an honorary because I'm not going to talk about him.
Just gonna
but
mention him.
my honorary is Dacker Montgomery from Power Rangers and Stranger Things.
Who?
Oh man, I want to talk about him, but I won't. I have him.
But you know he'd be good at it.
Who was he in Power? Was he the white dude?
Yes,
Cool.
How
You
do
gotta
you
be more
spell
white
his
dudes.
name?
Oh no, he might just be the white.
he's the
dude.
only one in that movie.
Oh yeah, diversity.
Different colored kids.
But yeah, he'd be good at it.
Different.
And that's all based off of his performance in Stranger Things.
Oh,
anyway,
this guy. Oh no.
plus we already
Moving
talked
on.
about Zac Efron because he was my other choice.
True.
So moving on from that, my other choice is Jacob Artist, who is on Glee, and he played Puckerman's younger brother, Jake Puckerman. And
What a
his
name.
character was the bad boy of the group. He was really, I don't know if I'd call him arrogant, but he was the bad boy, walked in with like a leather jacket. Like he was the one that girls went crazy for. And if I chose Gugu Mbatha-Raw to play Sue Storms, she got to have a black brother. So
True.
Jacob Artist.
Yep.
But
feel it.
he's a really good actor, and I really enjoyed his work on Glee, even though I was starting to enjoy Glee less at the time. But he would pull off a really good Johnny Storm. And then my first choice that I ever made for this character was Dominic Sherwood, who was on Shadowhunters, and he played Jace. And Jace, I feel like Jace is kind of similar to Johnny Storm.
Jace is a bitch.
Whoa.
Not in that show.
Well, all right, then they didn't stick to canon. And you know what? That's fine. Jace is a bitch. Anyway,
Not on that show. On
All
that
right.
on that show, he starts out really cocky and arrogant of his abilities. He knows what he's good at, and he's better than everybody else, and he knows it.
All
And
right.
that fits perfectly for Johnny. And Dominic is also very attractive, and he has 2 colored eyes. And I think women would be like, "Oh my gosh, that's so cute! Oh my god!" Ah. And
I want that to be a soundbite.
I love you so much.
you're welcome. I think he would be great. I love Dominic Sherwood. I'm a big fan of his work, and he also would love to play a superhero. And I think Johnny Storm is the best fit for him.
Dope.
So the last member of the Fantastic Four, but not the last
Mm-hmm.
member on the last person we're doing on this list. The Thing, Ben Grimm.
Grimm.
Who you got?
So I was doing some research.
This was hard for me.
Hard because he's a rock.
sounds like when picking your choices, you were caught between a rock and a hard place.
Hey,
Oh.
there it is.
So I picked The Rock. No, I'm just kidding.
Ben Grimm. I was doing some research on the character, and I was like, "Where's he from?" I like to find out where characters are from.
He's
Everybody's
from
from
New
New York because it's Marvel, but he's Jewish.
Yes, he is.
Apparently, that's the thing. Like canonically, he's Jewish. So I was
That's a thing with a lot of superheroes because they were made by mostly Jewish creators.
like, "Right, that makes sense."
Hell yeah, we out here.
Yeah, it's the thing. That's the
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
He's Jewish.
You're Jewish, Colin.
I'm hitting with
Yeah.
Jewish representation today in my Fancast. So I went for an actor who is Jewish, and I was like, Wikipedia, tell me which actors are Jewish. Help me,
There's
please.
a whole page because I found
Oh
it.
yeah. And I was going, and I was like, no, not you. I found a guy named Ben Foster.
Oh, wait,
So-
wasn't he
Who?
already?
Nope, he
something?
played Angel.
He played
the
Angel in
X-Men movies.
X-Men.
Ah.
And honestly, I would have skipped right past Ben Foster had I not seen The Hell or High Water, because that movie is amazing.
Was he the brother in
I
that?
haven't
He
seen
is the brother in that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He is.
Okay.
He plays Chris Pine's brother, and he's so good. Like, I can't think of another. That's
Ben
not true.
Foster is another one of those underrated actors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like honestly, in X-Men, he didn't really have a lot
He
to
was
go
in
off
the League
of.
of Legends movie.
He just like ran off a building and flew and some wings, and I'm upset.
That's
I'm
what
an
you want
angel.
Angel for.
Yeah, but like, so I was like somebody who can kind of be rough around the edges,
Which he can
and
do.
yeah, like Hell or
He
High
also
Water,
looks
that is him.
rough around the edges.
Yeah, and he's Jewish and his name is Ben, so it's like he was made for it.
Yeah.
But like just the dynamic between him and Chris Pine, because he's kind of like the rowdy one, and Chris Pine is like the voice of reason. Like, yo, come on, what are you doing?
Got it.
And that's what Ben Grimm and
and
Reed are.
Yeah, like Reed is the nerdy one. Ben is the one you bring in to finish the fight. Like, you are my nerdy friend. I'm going to protect you, but also like, you know.
Let me finish.
I'm a little rough around
Real
the
quick.
edges.
If I got to, I'm gonna tag somebody
Got it,
out.
So I was
Got it,
super
got it,
happy.
got
Like,
it,
oh
got
my
it.
God, he's Jewish. Ben Foster, shout out to him. So yeah, Ben Foster is my white pick.
And apparently made for this role.
Second choice. Speaking of rocks, Dwayne Johnson.
Hell yeah. Cool. We can just
called
skip
it.
right past me because that's who I cast too. All right.
Oh, that's why you gave me that look
Yeah.
too.
Honestly.
I was totally joking, but I loved it.
I
It was
was
funny
like-
because you
for
said that, and I knew Colin had put it on his list, so I was just like, all right.
So you picked the rock.
That's why I didn't make a comment. I was like, we'll just circle back to that. But like, honestly, yeah, like,
Why
look
not?
at him. He already looks like he's made of rock, first off. Like, he's a big, bald dude who honestly has way more charisma than I think Ben Grimm should have.
Yeah, I was about to
But-
say, he's so charismatic.
Like, that's not a bad thing for me. Like,
It's not a bad thing for Marvel either.
yeah, like, he's the guy you want picking up buses and running through walls. And honestly, like, the Fast and the Furious is already there making The Rock do all these things anyway. So, like,
Just put some rock colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put some rock
I mean,
CGI
he's
on.
already a superhero.
basically, Hobbs from the Fast and Furious movies is the thing. He's just running around pushing missiles and,
Yep.
like, stopping.
Like
And carrying
flexing
everything.
his muscle and taking
Yes,
a cast
like-
And carrying
off.
Gatling guns around the...
Exactly.
Oh, God.
Like, the line, "Woman, I am the cavalry." Like, that's this version of Ben Grimm. He's him. So, yeah.
I want to watch your version of Fantastic
Like, honestly,
Four.
like, my second version, I really, really want that. The first one's good too, but like the one with all the people of color is what I'm really about.
Yeah.
And he's The Rock. Like, who better to cast than someone who calls themselves The Rock?
to play
Yep,
the thing.
Exactly.
To play a
the
guy
big
made
Rock.
of
The
rocks. I mean,
boulder.
it writes itself.
Exactly.
Is no longer.
It's kind of
conflicted.
like
It's not
he's been
conflicted.
angling for this the whole time, but just didn't tell anybody. Like, it's a long play.
It's
I'm
almost-
gonna go by.
it's
I'm gonna,
almost-
my wrestling name is The Rock. I'm gonna bulk up. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Oh shit! Here we are.
It's
better
almost
happen.
too meta.
Almost. But honestly, like, if the writers aren't in the room, or like the casting directors aren't in the room, like, we got to get Dwayne Johnson. What are they doing?
Yeah, right.
What are they doing?
I hope Kevin Feige gets Dwayne Johnson to do it. It would be too perfect.
We would see if The Rock would be down since he's already playing Black Adam. Supposedly.
Whenever they bring that in.
They're never
Is
gonna
he?
bring that in.
They referenced him in a deleted scene in Shazam.
Well, he's also the producer of Shazam, though.
I mean, they reference him in the non-deleted scene in Shazam.
Oh, they
Just
do.
don't show him. Yeah, they talk about basically Black Adam. Oh,
Darn.
we give the powers to another. He blah 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 blah.
Oh,
blah,
yeah,
blah,
yeah,
blah,
that's
blah.
right.
Not important though.
Yep. So,
So Colin, you also picked
We
Dwayne
can
Johnson.
skip right past me. Like, I literally
Colin
picked him
chose
because
The
it was
Rock.
funny. Like,
That's
he's
awesome.
The Rock.
It's funny, and he's
The thing's made of rock.
The Rock.
I like The Rock.
a national.
How many
treasure.
more times can I say The Rock? Like,
Rock.
A lot.
Yeah.
Javi, who'd you got?
Oh, this is who I got. Okay, so I was like, oh no, I forgot to cast the thing.
As you heard earlier
said
in this
that on the
podcast.
microphone.
Whoops. And then, but right before that, Colin had said nobody from Game of Thrones is really like cast in the MCU, so that's probably a safe pick. So I was
Did you
like,
choose
right
the Mountain?
quick. No.
did you
Close.
choose the Hound? 'Cause we're gonna
I
fight.
chose the Hound because he's already got like a chip on his shoulder about how he looks, and I know that's like something that the Thing has a problem
Does
with.
Rory
at the beginning.
McCann though? Like,
Yeah, Rory McCann can do it. Okay, he's got range.
She's saying he has already proved that he can.
He's
play a
already
character like
proved
that.
that's his character. Like a chip on his shoulder about his looks a little bit, like grumpy, but like here to like if you need an anchor for the team, like he's got it. Like
Well,
he
but
can fight.
Once he's
And
protecting you, he's protecting you.
Yeah, and he's an enormous dude. So Rory McCann, the Hound.
She went through that really fast. So I have
Yeah.
3 choices, most of which you guys are probably not going to know.
What a surprise!
as if we know most of your choices
So-
any day of the week. Like,
Yep.
That's not true. My first one, Adam Baldwin.
ooh, ooh, ooh.
Adam?
Okay, but like I
trying to
hate it
remember
because I
which-
like it.
Because it's a good choice.
Is this Haley
That's
Baldwin's
Jane, yeah?
dad?
Huh?
Is that Jane?
Oh, it's Jane.
Yes, it's Jane.
Yeah. See, ooh, yeah.
It's Jane.
ooh.
Yeah, it's Jane.
He's Jane from Firefly and Serenity,
But
and
is he
he's
pretty?
also
Yeah.
and he's also on Chuck, and Chuck was the reason why I chose him for this role.
Oh,
He's
I remember him.
A
from Chuck.
great actor, and he's always rough around the edges. He's always like assertive, and he's a big dude. Like he can be a big dude. He would be really good as the Thing. I wish he wasn't as conservative as he is, because like we're almost reaching James Wood level of conservative.
Ew.
But, like,
Honestly, like, yeah, whenever you guys name somebody, I look them up, and like his Wikipedia has a section for his political views,
yes.
which is always going to be either good or bad.
Yes.
Turns out they're bad.
Yes, they are bad. But he's just such a good choice. Like, I couldn't avoid, like, he's perfect. He would be so great. So
if only he didn't suck.
not looking into his own personal views of life, he would be a great Ben Grimm.
Yeah.
My next choice is Gavin Fox, who is a really, really big dude. He's on Killjoys. He plays a character who's, when you meet him, he's really rough around the edges. He starts off by, like,
This dude
giving
is
the main
large.
characters a hard time. He's a large dude, right? Like, imagine that covered up in rocks. Like, he's huge. But he, like, plays a really lovable, kind of dumb guy, and he's really compassionate and stuff like that. And I really enjoy his performance on Killjoys. I think he would be great. And then my last choice is Tyler Labine.
Wait, I think I know that name.
You probably do. He's also on this TV show called New Amsterdam.
Oh, I like him. I
And
know him, but I don't know where I know him from.
I really like him on New Amsterdam.
Oh, you said Labine, right?
Yeah.
This guy that I'm showing you.
Yes, that guy.
Yes, I love that guy because he was on Reaper, and I am one of the 2 people who watched
That's
Reaper
what it
growing up.
was. He was on Reaper.
Oh my God, you watched Reaper?
Yes, we used to
I thought
talk
it was
about it in
just
high
me.
school. No,
I love that
Dallas,
show.
we used to talk about this.
He's a really great actor. He plays a psychologist on New Amsterdam, and he's just so lovable on that show. And I was looking at
should have
him.
been on for more. And he's also in Tucker and Dale versus Evil, right?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, he's great.
Every time I look at him now, I'm just like, you know what? The more I look at you, the more I'm like, you could be a great thing. Like, you could do that. You could pull it off.
I'm about it.
You would be
Yeah.
awesome.
I think
Yeah,
he was
he's
in
great.
Escape Room.
He is an escape room.
Yeah.
He's in so much stuff.
He
Holy crap.
is.
I'm
He gets a
looking
lot
at
of work.
his.
It's time for him to get his due. Put him in a Marvel movie.
he's been-
Yeah,
That's the
he
thing.
Been acting
deserves
for a
to
while.
be a main character. And
Yeah.
a main character.
So our final character of today
Yes.
is the most famous of Fantastic Four villains, Dr. Doom.
Who they can't
Victor.
seem to get
Doom.
right.
Victor Von Doom. You know what? I actually thought the guy who played him
Toby
last time-
Kebbell?
Yes, thank you. I thought Toby Kebbell was a really good choice that did not go well.
Interesting.
Because I feel like he embodied the spirit of the character, which is this scientist who's really arrogant, knows what he's about, he's really ambitious, he wants to reach further than he should.
Yeah.
And they modernized that attitude. And I thought he was a really good choice. And then you get to the last half of the movie and everything falls apart.
Fair.
Wah, wah.
So I was like, if I could choose him, I would put him on this list. But I can't.
Fair.
Dallas, who did you pick for Dr. Doom?
I have honorable mentions because this one was a struggle for me.
Yeah, you went through like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, and it was a bunch of white dudes, and I was like, I have enough of that. So I'm gonna make 2 of them honorable mentions: Michael Fassbender and Zachary Quinto.
I mean, Zachary Quinto is an amazing villain.
Yeah.
As
He was
shown
in
from Heroes,
Heroes.
because that
From what I've heard,
He's
what I've heard.
terrifying.
Heroes, dude, that was like the first role that got him on the map.
I
He
was like scared of him in that show.
Siler is iconic. Continue though.
Also, let's get the background since I'm sure it's gonna be brought up. Doom is of Romani descent,
He is indeed.
Yeah.
and
There are not a lot of
good luck finding actors of Romani descent.
Yeah,
on the
I
internet.
tried that and it was really hard.
And I was like, ooh, you know what? Here's a loophole. I was looking into like Romani people, and at least according to what I was reading, a lot of them trace their descent back to present day India. So I was like, Indian actors. And I was like, I don't know a lot of Indian actors. And I was like, I'm not just going to put Dev Patel as Doom.
Oh,
So,
No.
and it was like,
I mean,
I
he's
don't
a
want
great
to do
actor.
that. Yeah.
But I don't think it would have fit.
Yeah, I didn't either. So I was like, okay, well, not him. And most of the actors of Indian descent I know are women, like Frida Pinto. And I was like, I don't think I'm opposed to gender bending characters.
I was gonna say gender bending.
But like, I didn't want to do it for Doom, so I didn't. So I went back to white people.
The whites, they'll get you every time.
The whites. And I was like, an interesting thing about Doom is that he's a villain, but also someone who is doing what he thinks is the best for his people. Because you gotta remember, he's a king. Like, he rules Latveria. Everything he does is like, yo, I want to better Latveria. He's kind of like Killmonger, but less relatable. Because he's like, I want my people to be on top. The rest of y'all get out of the way.
They could make him relatable.
They definitely could. And I don't think they would with my actor, but I wanted someone who could play that role, so I picked Michael Shannon.
Interesting.
Because
Zod.
Yes, Zod is basically Doom, but an alien. From the perspective of everything I just said, it's like he's the bad guy in that movie, but from his perspective, he's like, I need to save my people, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes. Any means necessary. I'm going for it. And Michael Shannon is a good actor.
Michael Shannon is
he is a good villain. He has a
excellent
villain face.
Yeah, he
which I
scares
know will be
me.
covered up by a mask, but like between
Doesn't
that,
matter.
Shape
Not
of
all
Water,
the time.
Yeah, like Shape of Water, even freaking 8 Mile. Like he's always the villain. There was another movie I was thinking of. I can't think of it, but I have enough. What? Oh my God, you seen The Iceman?
Yeah.
Gabby, I love you. No one has seen The Iceman.
You know why I saw the X-Men?
Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Of course. For those who don't know, which is everyone, Michael Shannon played a serial killer named Richard Kuklinski.
And also because serial killer. And I've seen documentaries about
She likes
Krasinski.
true crime.
Like Kuklinski was a famous hitman called the Iceman, and Michael Shannon played him frighteningly well in the movie. So like this guy is, honestly, he might just be a real villain. Boardwalk Empire. I'm sorry, that's what it was. TV show. That's where I first saw Michael Shannon and like noticed him. That's just like, oh yeah, this dude's a villain, but also not just a straight up evil for the sake of evil villain. So yeah, that's my white dude.
Did you not have a person of color? You didn't find one? Or?
I did kind of. So I was like, I can't find a Romani person. I can't find an Indian person that I feel like I don't want to just throw someone in and be like, you're Indian, huh? Like,
Fair.
never mind, I'm not gonna mention that. Denzel Washington, because
Yes.
That's a choice.
Denzel.
that is a choice. Earlier,
Denzel.
before you guys showed up, I was like, all right, man, like, what am I gonna do? And I thought, I was like, I want someone. To be honest, I wanted someone from another country because that's always been an aspect of Doom's like.
He's
know
foreign.
What you could
Lore.
also do. Let me find his name.
Cool.
Continue.
And I was like, Jamon Hansu's from another country, but he's in the MCU. So I couldn't pick him. And I was like, you know who's a good villain? Chiwetel Ejiofor. He's in the
He's also in
MCU.
the MCU.
I couldn't pick him. And I went over like a whole list of.
And all of these are bad guys. Like,
What about Barkhad Abdi?
What is that?
Have you seen Captain Phillips?
No. Oh, is he the pirate?
Yeah,
I'm the
he's
captain
like,
now?
I'm the captain now.
Yeah, see, I'm not going to pick anybody who I don't know.
Fair.
But I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'll just go with the rivalry between Reed and Doom and Victor. And I was like, look, I don't have to call him by his full name in the movie. We can just refer to him as Victor. Because Victor Von Doom is not a name you can think Denzel Washington would have.
Who cares?
It sounds ridiculous.
Have
It's
you
a ridiculous name.
Like, have you seen the gravitas that accompanies Denzel Washington's existence? You can't name him Von Doom. You can.
You definitely can.
I
but
feel
I
like
feel
it
like
would work.
Nah, he's gonna be like Victor
just
D.
make him
you
Victor
can't.
this is going to be Vic.
Yeah.
That's my nigga Vic. So, and I was thinking about like, Denzel Washington can play a villain.
Oh yeah, he
Like,
definitely can.
And he's frighteningly good at it. Like, I think Training
And
Day
also,
was...
didn't I just like lean over and be like, just put Denzel?
You did. And this was after I had this entire internal monologue with myself before you guys got here. And I was like, that was the spark. That was like the nudge I needed to just go for it. Because I was like, nah, do I want Denzel? I was like, yeah, I want Denzel. I want the Training Day speech, but it's like Doom talking to the Fantastic Four.
Yes.
Oh
So,
my God.
yeah, someone do that. Colin.
My pick for Dr. Doom is Javier Bardem.
I saw him a lot. Like,
He cool.
I was like, I
He's
don't
also
know
a
enough
good-
about him, but he's good.
he's also a good villain.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's in that movie that I've never seen that everyone always talks to me about.
Me
Yeah,
neither.
me too.
There will be blood.
No Country for
No.
Old Men.
Oh, you know what?
think
No
it's
country.
No
For,
Country.
oh Lord.
I get them
I
mixed up too. I've never seen
I
either
don't
of
know
them.
which one is which. I haven't seen either of them, but
There-
like
He's in No Country for
There
Old Men.
will be
Okay.
blood is what's his name?
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
that's the one.
Yeah.
Drink your milkshake.
No Country for Old Men is the one with the quarter flip. That I've seen that scene, and that
And
scene
like
is very
the
tense.
staple gun, right?
No, I didn't see that scene. Yeah, Javier Bardem would be really good at it.
Yeah, he would. I mean, Skyfall, man, he was amazing in that.
Didn't see that.
I think I've seen it. And I
He was
remember
the
nothing.
villain.
Oh, you only had one Doom.
He only had one Doom, and it's
One
Javier
Doom.
Bardem.
It's a good Doom.
So the Doom that I wanted to do didn't count because technically he's very, very briefly in the MCU, and I was devastated when Demi was like, "It counts," and I was like, "It shouldn't count,"
But it does.
But
It does. So it was my Doctor Doom was Richard Armitage,
Right.
who I think would like do excellent. And
Trevor
then-
Belmont, but just evil. Have you not seen Castlevania?
No, I haven't.
He plays Trevor Belmont.
Cool.
And
I
he
would
was great
check that
in
out.
that show.
I mostly saw him. The reason I'm picking him for it was picking him for him because he was in this miniseries, like a period piece called North and South. And at the beginning, the main character is convinced he's a villain, and then like she learns more about him, and then she falls in love with him. But like so at the beginning, he's like kind of scary, and I was like, dude, like he could play a villain. So that's why I was picking Richard Armitage, but then you said it doesn't count, so then I had to get rid of that, and then I was like, who else? Let's just insert random white man here, and so at that point I was like,
Except Doom isn't white.
No,
Sure.
I know, but yeah.
Most people think he
I
is.
couldn't find
Yeah, he looks
a Romani actor, and then at that, I didn't go like where Dallas did. Was like, where are their origins? I was like, they're in Europe. Insert random white man here.
They're in Europe. Why not?
God.
I should have just at that point been like, I don't care. I'll just pick whoever. But so then I was just like Nikolai Coster-Waldau, who plays Jaime Lannister.
All the Game of Thrones people. We're just calling them out today.
Because he played a really good dick in the beginning of Game of Thrones. So,
That's true. He does play a really good dick.
but I would say my Doctor Doom is probably the weakest link of my casting.
But only because you realized at the last minute that the one that you chose, you couldn't use.
Yeah, I couldn't use it.
She opted for that good dick.
According to Cersei.
To me, who'd you pick?
Cersei's the sister, right?
Yeah.
Yep,
Cool, just checking.
Unfortunately.
All of you are weirdos.
We didn't ship them.
I just
Yeah,
think,
right?
like,
We didn't ship them.
I shipped Jamie in a completely different character.
That's good. It's
Yeah, I
slightly
did
less
too.
weird.
I'm probably thinking of the same
And then
character.
They broke my heart. I'll never forgive you, Weiss and Benioff.
That was
Continue.
really
Your
stupid.
turn.
So my Doctor Doom. So as we've said, Doctor Doom is Romani.
Yes.
And it was my mission to find at least one Romani actor.
Did you find one?
Did you find one?
Last night.
I'm mad at
Wait,
you.
time out. Did you find one that you've seen act?
I have actually seen him act, and
Oh,
I didn't
good.
realize I had, but it was a really bit role in a Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Only one I found was freaking Charlie Chaplin.
His name is...
And that's
Me
not
So
too.
the
gonna-
way that-
And,
so-
well,
okay.
at that point, I was like, oh, then I can use Una Chaplin. And I was like, she won't fit.
Okay, so here's the thing. Somebody on Tumblr, and I had already seen this post before, but I didn't have any way of finding it again. Somebody made a fan cast thing of Quicksilver / Pietro
Ooh.
of Romani actors because technically Pietro and Wanda are Romani. So there was nothing but Romani actors
Interesting.
on this
Ooh.
edit. So I just had
Shout
to
out
find it
Tumblr,
again.
Coming through with the obscure
I found it
knowledge.
again through an
Yep.
article that was about keeping Dick Grayson Romani. So I found basically a list of like 8 names.
Dope.
And I went through them, and I decided that the one who looked best for the role, and then I went to look up like a scene or whatever. His name is Oscar Henada. He's Spanish as well.
Interesting.
He did a small role in Pirates of the Caribbean 4 on
Henada.
Stranger Tides. He was also in a movie with Chris Evans.
Oh my God, I know who he is. I love him.
He is Romani.
He was in The Losers.
He was.
He's great. What? Oh, I love him.
He is of Romani descent. So I found one.
You found one.
I
Shout out to
found
you.
one.
and somebody
And he-
else knew who he was.
And he could act. So
Chris Evans connects us all.
I did it. I managed to do it. I haven't seen him
impressive.
in much, but I found a Romani actor, and I feel comfortable and confident in putting him on this fan cast list, even though I haven't seen him in much.
I think he could do it.
In what I have seen of him,
He was so
he could do
quiet
it.
in The Losers that he could have been a villain.
I watched a clip of him, and I think I've seen The
Oh,
Losers.
wait. Cougar? Oh, I haven't thought about that dude since The Losers. Like, I honestly forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you,
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at him now.
yeah.
Yeah, so I watched a
Wild.
clip from The Losers, too, because I haven't watched it in forever, so I couldn't
Yeah.
really remember.
Yeah.
But I was watching the clip, and I'm like, yeah, you can do it. All
Yeah.
right, cool. I'm down.
Why
And then in Pirates of the Caribbean, he's going against Johnny Depp's character.
Which
So, in
movie
the
is he in?
fourth one with,
that's why
Penelope
I'm not-
Cruz.
I don't know who he is.
So he plays a Spanish pirate that ruins their whole thing.
yeah, that guy.
Yep.
That was him.
See? So
remember
you guys
that.
have seen him in things.
I have
you guys
seen him in
just
things.
don't
Yes.
know that you've seen him in things.
Yep.
He's my choice for Dr. Doom. My next choice is Joseph Morgan,
Oh, and he was Cantinflas.
who was on the originals. He played one of the worst psychopaths that I've ever seen on TV.
All right.
Klaus Michelson has been around for ages and was one of the original vampires. And so he spent thousands of years torturing people, including his own siblings.
Ooh.
Ew.
So
Oh, Klaus?
Yes,
Oh my
Klaus.
God, my housemate ships Klaus super hard with this one.
Caroline, of course she
Yes.
does. I don't. I hate that ship.
Caroline.
Anyway, they are
She adores that ship.
he's,
Shout out to Ale, I love you.
he is a really good actor because he plays this character who has spent thousands of years just being an awful person to everyone around him, including his own siblings. And then in the originals, he spends 5 seasons undergoing a redemption arc to be a better man.
Nice.
And
Did
he's
they
still
do that
awful, but
redemption
he's
arc
great.
better than Jaime Lannister's redemption arc?
Yeah, because he ended up being a listen. by standards of morality, like, no, he probably wasn't the best person in the world, but at least he was trying to be better. Jaime Lannister at the end just seemed to not care about being a better person.
He was just like, those 5 seasons we spent making me a better person.
Forget
just
all that.
Yeet that out the window.
Yeet that out the window. That didn't happen with Klaus Michelson.
Good. That means it's a better redemption arc.
Joseph Morgan is a phenomenal actor. He's great. If you want to see him at his best, you should probably watch the originals. And he is menacing as all get out. The next person on my list is Zane Holtz, who is in From Dusk Till Dawn, the series, playing Quentin Tarantino's character.
Oh, boy.
And doing it better.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen him in that role.
But of course,
when it was menacing.
having to play Quentin Tarantino's character, he has had Asa Gonzalez's toes in his mouth. I'm so sorry, dude.
Oh, God, he has? No.
It's part of the dance routine that she has to do,
But
and I feel bad for both of them.
Did she have to do it?
What kind of dance involves sucking on some toes?
She's a stripper.
Again,
Doesn't
what kind of
matter.
dance
I know.
involves sucking
I can't-
on some
listen,
Wait, is that the scene with the
Use
snake?
it.
Why did
Yes.
they keep it in there?
I can't excuse it. It's what happens, and I feel bad for
Now
both
I'm
of them
gonna
for having
see
to do
it.
it.
Let me
But
take-
Zane Holtz is a great actor. His character starts out... his character's kind of a psychopath.
Yep, he is. I've seen scenes.
He's a psychopath who is having mental issues because he keeps seeing this vampire chick around everywhere, and she's sending him messages psychically.
Scary.
Very charming, but at the same time, like, you can tell something's wrong with him.
Fair.
You can tell something is wrong with his character the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And his brother tries to keep him in line and just can't do it.
Yeah.
Right.
But he's great. And I love watching him on From Dusk Till Dawn. And I think he was the first person that I put down as Dr. Doom. I spent so much time. I was just like, I can't figure out who to put for Dr. Doom. Like, this has to be such a specific character. Like, he has to have the ambition. He has to have the ability to be super confident in himself. He has to be good looking. He has to be confident in his appearance so that when it goes to crap, like, he wants to wear a mask all the time.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many elements that go into Dr. Doom. And Dr. Doom is one of Marvel's biggest villains.
True.
So Zane was the first person that I was like, yeah, I'm good with this guy playing Dr. Doom, and I
Because
feel
he's
like
already
he'd do-
playing a villain.
Yeah, because he's already a villain that we're rooting for. But he's great. He's a great actor. And the same thing with Joseph Morgan. I'm sure the same can be said about Oscar, but I haven't seen enough of him in a lot of things to really be as confident in that choice.
Right.
But at least he's
Also,
Romani.
Zane was in Holes.
He wasn't Knowles. He was Barfbag.
He was birth bag.
What?
He got bit by a
Barfbag.
snake and then was gone.
No.
Yeah. He's
That's what he did in that
Barfbag.
movie.
He's also about to be in the Riverdale spinoff that they're coming out with this fall.
Riverdale.
What?
I just remembered that the other Doom that was going
You
through on
just
my list
blew
of black
my
people
mind.
was Idris Elba, who you know is in the MCU as well.
Yes.
So,
kinda.
like, thanks a lot, Marvel. You ruined my list.
See, I thought of him too, and it's just like Heimdall was cool, but he's kind of a bit character, and it's just like if you're gonna put him in the MCU and therefore take him out of the running, you couldn't at least give him more to do.
Well, the
Oh,
thing is,
basically,
they
I was
put-
mad that, like, Heimdall was
but
the one stopping
they
me.
put Idris Elba in those movies before Idris Elba was Idris Elba.
Yeah, they did
That's
that.
fair.
You
Like,
right.
That was
Kenneth
like, what,
Branagh
2010?
was like...
When
That was
movie came out?
2011.
I mean, he'd
Yeah.
still done what? Luther by that point?
but nobody in America
But like
knew what
America
Luther was.
didn't really know who he was. Like the biggest. Well, he was in The Wire, but he wasn't like a movie star. He was like a dude that did some
Yeah.
iconic.
And
And I
MCU
mean, to be fair,
and The
I
Wire
knew-
don't have a lot of overlap in their fan base.
And I knew who he was because he
That's
was
true.
doing like black movies and like Tyler Perry movies.
Yeah.
Daddy's Little Girls. That's
Yeah.
where I saw
Daddy-
him for the first time.
The first time I saw him was this Christmas. He plays the
Oh,
oldest brother.
Actually, no. Yeah, I saw Daddy's Little Girls, and then I saw This Christmas.
Yeah, nobody knew.
Did these come out before Obsessed?
Yes.
Yes.
Or around the
Obsessed,
same time.
and then I saw Obsessed because that was
Yeah.
2009.
Yeah, me too. Damn.
But people didn't
We know the Idris deep cut.
Yeah, like I've
Yeah.
known about Idris for
Also-
years.
Did I tell you my mom like really, really loves Tyler Perry movies?
I do too. That's a guilty pleasure of mine.
Like, no, it's not a guilty pleasure. She'll look and be like, "Do you want to watch the Diary of a Mad Black
Listen,
Woman?" And
they
I was
didn't
like,
used to be guilty pleasures for me either, but they have as I've
Fair.
gotten
but
older.
but you know what it is? It was because we didn't have any other POC
we
movies.
had yes, we didn't, and that's why Tyler Perry
And
content
it appears to
is what it
and,
is.
No, and it appeals to Latinos because like halfway through the movie, they're like, "We need to go to church. We need Jesus." And my mom was like, "We do need Jesus."
but that's how black people are too.
That's
so
true, yeah.
Yeah, no, but there's a lot of
that's the
there's
overlap.
a lot of overlap.
But yeah, guys, that's our MCU.
Oh, wait, I have a little
Yeah.
call to action from Marvel. One thing that no one knows about Doctor Doom, because they won't ever show it, is that he's a sorcerer.
Yes,
Like, he does magic. He doesn't just shoot lightning out of his hands.
he's been in a
This man-
relationship with Scarlet Witch before too.
Yeah, like, he literally is a wizard. And it's like,
Can you?
That
just
would be so dope.
Make him a wizard.
Can you show it?
I feel like the MCU would do it though.
I think they would.
I hope so.
Because
I feel like
they're
they've
much
opened
more
up.
true.
They've opened up their universe enough.
At this point,
that
they have to do it because it's
Yeah.
they got
And
all
if
this
anybody's gonna get a character right, the MCU
stuff.
is.
MCU can do it, or they'll just change it and everybody will like it because
They
they've
do
done
that too.
Yeah, so
They did that with Ghost. They
either
can,
they'll get it right, or they'll just be like, "No, the character is this now," and we'll be like, "All right, cool."
looks good, except for the Mandarin. That's the only time that didn't work. But they brought in the real Mandarin now,
Yep.
so it's okay.
You don't talk about the Mandarin.
No, we don't talk about that.
We do now because he's coming back and he's going to be the real Mandarin.
Yes, we'll talk about him.
Okay, so
Thank you guys for listening.
don't forget to rate and review us so people find the podcast.
You can find us on Twitter at y'all_different.
I'm still mad about that.
Dallas is never going
Did
to
you
get
check
over
it today?
I check it every day. Nah, but you can also find us wherever you're listening, be it YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
A random podcast app.
Yeah, Gabby found us on a podcast app. I don't know what it's called. Shout out to Crown Digital and our friends Brandon and Io for putting us on the things besides YouTube.
And you guys can find us on Facebook and Tumblr.
Yes, you can. Tumblr, we're Creative Differences Podcast. Facebook, we are Creative Differences. You can find me personally at A King Named Simba on Twitter because Disney didn't make me change it. I was surprised. Like after Lion King came out, I thought they were going to be like, nah, shut that down. They didn't find me. They don't care. Colin, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Duck McGuck.
You can find me, Gabby, at Stegosauria on Instagram.
And you guys can find me at Dreamy Films, DREEMI is how you spell that, on Instagram and on Twitter.
All right, y'all. It's been different.
It's been different.
Family.
That works for this, actually.
Oh, true. This is another family.
This is the first family of yeah.